Breaks defenders. Here he goes again. He's got to be with the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure. This team this year. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. This one the other way. No going back. That's the drag. Walks up and down.
Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt three right on the money.
Takes his shot for Darby. Flag out. What is up, my Pitchfork Lunch Peeps? Happy 2026 to you all. Happy New Year. Yes, it is 2026 is underway. So, yeah, hope everybody had a fun and awesome and safe New Year's. And joining me back here, like I said, I told you I would be back here on Friday. Yeah, told you to be back here on Friday. So yes, I'm so glad you guys had a. But yeah, again, hoping everybody had like I said, a very safe and fun holiday. Yes, a very very safe and fun New Year's. Um, Again, that bowl game, ASU's bowl game was crazy. Women's hoops is still undefeated, 15-0 and 2-0 in conference play. Forks up to that, but I digress. Welcome into Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Carasmino at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. As you guys know, you love it. You know it. You love it. Check out Show Live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. And also, you can go to the wonderful world of the good old IG and go to michael.caratinudo.5. I know, I tell you every day. But yes, you can go to michael.caratinudo.5 and check out the show there as well. But the YouTube channel, guys, do not forget, go to YouTube. You know how to get to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. It's at, and then go to my page because you have missed a plethora of phenomenal interviews, whether it's coaches, players, voices, insiders, alum. And by the way, there's another Sun Devil alum that's NFL Football Hall of Fame, a Pro Football Hall of Fame finalist again. Darren Woodson, who should be in the Hall of Fame, but already anyway. Just saying he should already be in the Hall of Fame. We've talked about that, but Darren Woodson should be in the Hall of Fame. As Eric Allen finally got in last year too as well, total Hall of Famer. But yes, so go to, but yes, YouTube. If you haven't been watching, you know what I'm going to say. My Pitchfork Luncher, shame on you, but that's why I got you covered, because you can go to YouTube, go to my page, which is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube and watch live, but also subscribe, because you can and you can subscribe and go back and binge watch season 1 and check out again the first initial shows and the little speed bumps, but again the awesome con reviews that we've had with coaches and, like I said, players, voices, alum, insiders, a phenomenal athletic director who will be back on his airways soon. Also have an awesome guest coming up Monday. But go to YouTube, watch live, but subscribe, guys. Subscribe, because, again, you'll get all caught up. And when I have a guest on another time, it's not like we talk about the same thing. So you gotta be able to bridge the interviews, my friends. But yes, go to YouTube, like I said, and you see my name, Michael Carasmino, but the page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005, at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away as we go. But let's jump into it, guys. Like I told you, we talk and review. Hey, did ASU's offense do anything in the bowl game? Did you guys see? They got stopped a lot, right? 619 yards, my friends. That is insane. 619 yards, the highest ever by a team in the Sun Bowl. But you look at what they did in the bowl game, guys. Absolutely insane. It's only the Tiger Sun Bowl. Jeff Sims, 20 touchdowns, but unfortunately a most untimely interception on a miscommunication with, again, his guy, Derek Eusebio. Just Sabio wanted to sit and wait for the ball, and Sims was leading him because he's going to clear, and unfortunately went right to the defender after Man Robinson had a fumble, but which again Duke ends up winning 42-39, as you guys know. But guys, 619 yards, 375 in the air, 244 passing. I mean, Duke did go past their 282, they're 327, but 375 for Sims. Again, 244 rushing. That was only had 3 penalties for 33 yards. Unfortunately, Kendrick Breedlove got bounced from the game. You saw that. Duke also had a player ejected from the game. But Duke had 6 penalties for 60 yards. But yeah, the Devils were 1 for 4 on 4th down. I know some of you already hit me up, sent me messages on Twitter. Hit me up in the comments here. It was a bowl game. It's a glorified exhibition game, like I say to you, unless you're playing for a championship. Yes, of course you want to win. Competitors don't just go out there to prepare and be like, oh, we don't care if we lose. No. But all the 4th downs, I loved it. You know I loved it. I think I had mentioned how I loved it. So that's that in and of itself to me is awesome because you went for it, and then there are sometimes probably shouldn't have. But what did you guys think of the young guys that played? I mean, Jason Brown Jr., 12 carries, 120 yards. 12 carries, 120 yards. No touchdowns, though. And then Sims had, outside of his 375 yards passing, another 70 yards rushing, averaging 10 yards a carry, 7 carries for 70 yards. And, guys, how phenomenal. Think about this. I think you know what I'm going to ask. How phenomenal was the celebration? Jumping into Sims on one of them, I know, went and took a picture next to Tony the Tiger, but they were jumping into the bowl of Frosted Flakes. I mean, both teams, with ASU doing it a little bit more. Hit me up in the comments. Again, you can hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Definitely let me know what you think, because again, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, and they're trying to win. And I thought we would see Cam Dyer, but Sims obviously playing really well. Sims playing very, very well. And like I said, I mean, I just told you the stats is crazy. 27 of 38, 375, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick, 7 rushes for 70 yards. So he had 445 yards. 445 total yards for Jeff Sims. He is entering the draft. It'll be interesting. Coach said he had 2 Sunday quarterbacks, Sam Levitt, who is in the transfer portal, which officially opened today. Levitt was ranked as the number 1 transfer portal quarterback, which, again, people see rankings, and all that means is, cha-ching, cha-ching, hit the buttons on the cash register a little more. But we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, you look at the game, and then receiving wise, Malik McClain, 9 for 163. Jalen Moss, we saw what we thought we might see from this year. I mean, I know banged up during the season, and he came back, and again, just trying to but Jalen Moss, and he had some awesome, in general catches this year. But this is best game. 5 for 129, guys. 5 catches for 129 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, he averaged I mean, that's like a little bit over 25 yards a catch. Yeah, a little over 25 yards a catch. His long was 51. So we had 1 for 51, and then he had 4 more for 78. So still, even after the big one, very productive. Like I said, when you're averaging over 25 yards a catch, that is phenomenal. My friends, love what I saw from Jalen Moss there. And then even Man Robinson had 4 catches for 91 yards. Yes, his long one was a 68-yarder. So he had 3 for 24. I thought it was still be 8 yards a catch. But still, I mean, not bad. But yeah, had the 68-yarder. Man, and then receiving wise too, Kamari Anderson had the third touchdown from because he passed for 3 touchdowns. So 1 to McLean, 1 to Moss, and then Kamari Anderson had 1 catch for 8 yards, but it was a touchdown. You'll take that. Um, So yeah, I mean, you look at it, but like I said, 619 total yards for ASU record. Duke had 539. So 1,158 total yards, which was a Sun Bowl record, combined record, and then the Devils have the individual with 619. But yeah, I mean, what'd you think of the young guys? You guys, if you watch the game, like I said, hit me up in the comments. Let me know. We're at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. Yeah, hit me up. Let me know what you think about that because just what you thought of the young guys. I thought that some of them looked pretty good. I mean, defensively, you saw Jacob Richmond, CJ Fight playing. Prince Dorba was playing. Miles Rouser obviously played. Martell Hughes, I mean, he's a young guy. He's coming back. But and even Jordan Crook, playing. Now Keyshawn Elliott declared for the draft and, opted out. And again, look, everybody's got diehard fans. Everybody's got mixed feelings about players opting out of these smaller bowl games, this and that. Look, if you're day and age of NIL, okay, you've been making money, that might be frustrating for a lot of fans. But to play in like I said, which I love bowl games, and people say, "Oh man, the bowl people wouldn't like you." Again, I should take it back. It's not a glorified. It's not a glorified scrimmage because again, it's not. You prepare. You're sitting there. I mean, scrimmages you wouldn't see as much. And again, I mean, their quarterback play, Duke. Yes, and win. So yes, I should rephrase. I will come up with a better phrase because throughout the years I've called it. More recently, I should say, I've called it a glorified scrimmage. So I will come up with something better because I am a Sun Devil and very innovative, to say the least. So that being said, what do you think though? I thought they looked pretty good, but give me your thoughts. You can hit me up at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. My IG, Michael Likert, 1.5. Pretty easy. Add a dot between the first and last name and then a .5. After last name, and then you can, but let me know what you think. And even on YouTube, drop comments. Drop comments there. Because it's like I said, it kind of exciting and yeah, frustrating. You give up that many points. Oh, CJ Fight too, our good friend CJ Fight. By the way, Monday, guess who will be joining us? Mr. Fight will be joining us again. It will be his second appearance on the show. He'll be joining us Monday here on Pitchfork Lunch. So again, don't forget, check it out because his other son, who they call Trey, he's the third. He was named after Dad and Grandpa. He is officially in the transfer portal. I mentioned it. He's officially in the transfer portal. So that is in and of itself very awesome. Well, maybe not for La Tech, but for him. So he's in the transfer portal. And yeah, big fan of the family. But yes, Mr. Fight will be on Monday, 12:15 here on Pitchfork Lunch, depending on what time zone you're watching. I always say 12 to 1. That's my time. So if you're on the East Coast, it'd be 2 p.m. If you're on Eastern time, it's 2 p.m. If you're on Central time, it's 1 p.m. And if you're on Pacific time, it's 11 a.m. for you. But 12 to 1 here in Arizona. But 12:15, he'll be joining me. And we'll talk CJ, we'll talk Trey. Just again, his and CJ's comments. I'm sure I reposted them. I know a ton of people have seen, this place is different. I'm saying this place is different. It's special. And he had no interest in going anywhere else. And I'm sure people could dangle money and this and that, but this is home to him. He came here to start it, and he's gonna finish it. So, and again, like I said the other day last week, I'm not trashing anybody in the transfer portal. I get it. Me, I get it doing it once. People, the players, and then not just football, different sports, done it 3 or 4 times, done it 3 times. That I don't get. That I really don't get. But yeah, let's talk transfer portal. So 6'5" Kentucky quarterback Cutter Boley, who's seemingly the Sun Devils' top quarterback transfer portal target. He's expected to visit Tempe this weekend, and a commitment could follow in short order if the trip goes well. Kenny Dillingham's not going to tell him he's going to start, and anybody that's listened to Coach Dillingham, he'll compete for it. Look, you got Cam Dyer coming back. You have Jake Fetty coming in, right? We know this, right? Fetty's coming in, El Paso kid. We got to practice with the team. But yes, that was Chris Cartman that reported that. Friend of the program. It's been a minute, but he's still a friend of the program, as you guys know. The editor, publisher of Sun Devil Source for 24/7 Sports. But he's just reporting. He's a redshirt freshman. He's a starter at Kentucky. But this is what Chris said. It says he was a starter at Kentucky as a redshirt freshman. He'll visit ASU this weekend after Sam Levitt became the top-ranked quarterback in the transfer portal. Wouldn't it be funny if Sam Levitt tells Kenny Dillingham he's begging to come back? No, I'm just kidding. I say it not even picking on Sam Levitt. I'm just saying, it technically could happen. And it says Cartman went on to say that the Kentucky rising sophomore quarterback Cutter Boley will officially visit Arizona State this weekend as the program's top transfer quarterback target to replace outgoing transfer Sam Levitt. Multiple sources told Sun Devil Source and Matt Sentence for 24/7 Sports. When factoring in revenue sharing money paid by the schools and NIL money paid by others, Levitt, the number 1 transfer portal quarterback by 24/7 Sports, is expected to earn nearly twice as much this year as Boley, the number 15 prospect, industry sources said. That economic difference would enable the Sun Devils to add several other starters for the price of Levitt. Boley, a 6'5", 220-pound native of Hodgeville, Kentucky, was the team's primary starter as a redshirt freshman. This season, he threw for 2,160 yards, 15 touchdowns, but guys, 12 interceptions. Yes, some were tipped passes. And they were a 5-7 team, and Mark Stoops, the head coach, was let go. He's been a multiple-time SEC Freshman of the Week. He threw for 330 yards and 5 touchdowns, setting a freshman school record. He also completed 25 of 41 passes against Georgia and 21 of 29 pass attempts against Texas. So yeah, I mean, um, it's funny because this is crazy. When I was reading Chris's article earlier, I highlighted this because, or when I was ripping through this real quick, I highlighted this statement. It's kind of funny to me. Bully was asked after Kentucky's 41-0 loss to Louisville if he intended to stay at the school. His quote: "This is definitely where I want to be," Bully said, according to catspaws.com. "Yeah, I want to play for Kentucky." Again, what's he going to say? A game, I'm out of here, and they're still, I mean, they're 5-7. They're not going to a bowl game, but you're fresh on the field as probably, I mean, had some conversations, hadn't talked to anybody. Um, so Stoops gets fired. Will Stein, the Oregon offensive coordinator for the last 3 seasons, gets the job. Um, um, Joe Sloan, who coached quarterbacks at LSU the last 3 years, had indicated an interest in working with Bully. Said Cutter and I have been around each other every day. I'm excited to work with him. Said per Cat Paws. I recruited him back when he was in high school, and we've had a long-standing relationship. Bully instead was reported on January 1st to be entering the transfer portal one day before it officially opened. A day later, he was scheduled to visit ASU, a trip that is expected to take place almost immediately. So, yeah, I mean, look, he'll be headed here. He's headed here to check it out. And, yeah, I mean, it could be a fit. So, you see the money. Like I said, Sam Levitt being the number one, like I said, the register to change. Bully being the 15th rated. And, again, but it's got to be a fit for I mean, obviously for him, but for Coach Dillingham. And, he's going to compete. He might not win the job. So, yeah, learn the offense. And Cam Dyer, who, again, we didn't get to see him in the bowl game, but nonetheless, like, he'll be competing. Obviously, Jake Fetty will be competing. And now you bring in Cutter Boley. So that is one. And the Devils, by the way, have quite the Devils have quite a few that have entered the portal. I mentioned Tate Romney last week. Jaden Fortier, a young man who tore his ACL even before getting here, and has been rehabbing, was banged up. Didn't see him. We saw him practice a lot, but we obviously didn't see him too crazy much this year. So he is in the portal. Who else is in the portal? Who do I see? Oh, Jack Ball went into the portal. Kid played at Centennial High School. He's in the portal. Tate Romney's in the portal. But yeah, there's So, what? But Raleek Brown. Okay, so Sam Levitt's in the portal. Raleek Brown. So this is one I'm just seeing and was confused about because he said he was declaring for the NFL, but he also entered the transfer portal. Zechariah Sample, I mentioned him a few weeks ago. Had announced it again. It just opened today. Noble Johnson, who had transferred here from Clemson, a little banged up. Haven't seen too much from him. Got banged up, didn't see too much from him this season at all. And then Akeem Leno, another wide receiver, is in the portal. Josh Atkins, tackle, entered the portal. Joey Sua, another offensive lineman, entered the portal. Sean Naa also entered the portal. Those three offensive linemen. Jaden Fortier, like I told you, from the tight end. Tate Romney at linebacker. Defensive back wise, a few. That's who I saw. Javen Robinson. He entered the transfer portal. He had declared a little bit ago, wasn't at practice for the bowl games. For the bowl game, I should say games, bowl game. So Javen Robinson in. Chris Johnson the second. Again, thought we might see him more on the field this year, but again, see him move from corner to safety, and it just, again, safety was packed, but even with but like Boogie Wilson stepped up, or even in practice and started earning more reps. So yeah, that's so that's Chris Johnson the second. Nico Clem, linebacker, not linebacker, defensive back, hit the portal. Adama Fall, who we've seen a lot from this young man the last few years, he hit the portal. Joseph McGinnis II, he hit the portal. So those are the players in the portal for the Sun Devils. So there's 15. Again, but Raleek Brown declared for the draft, so I don't know. It's very interesting that he also entered the portal because he was hanging out. I mean, he didn't practice, but he was hanging out in El Paso with the team at the bowl game. Him and Shimon Matei are shouting out Jake Fetty when he was getting interviewed by Fox 10. But yeah, so 15 players, guys, in the transfer portal, and Levitt, the 5-star quarterback, is number one. I know that there's some local players in the draft. Or in the draft, the local players, yes. The kids that were local in Arizona are probably headed to the draft, but the transfer portal, Kansas is 3-star quarterback David McComb is transferring. There are 2 running backs, Henry Stewart III and Johnny Thompson Jr. transferring. You got receivers, Jaden Doss transferring along with Jaden Ham. And Bryce Cahoon, 3 receivers for Kansas. Pretty good. And they're in the portal. Offensive line-wise, 6'6", 285-pounder Graydon Grimes. Also 6'5", 315-pounder it's either Keeney, and Nenny, 6'5", 315. He's in the portal. Tyler Merzel, 6'4", 300 pounds in the portal. And local out of, yes, you guys know it, my alum, Canyon Floyd's alum, a former teammate of Canyon Floyd's, Carter Lavrusky is in the transfer portal, former Horizon High School, 6'6", 320 pounds. Yeah, guys, this kid grew, and from an offensive line standpoint, I know he plays tackle, but the fact that Kansas, I don't know. So I'm not going to go through every teams, but I wanted to go through ASU's because, again, there is some in some local kids, obviously, and, coming back home is always a huge thing. So we'll see, because we know a quarterback's coming in, but the offensive line, you always love to get some length, strength, and experience. And I mean, look, I mentioned Carter right there. I mean, that kid, like I said, 6'6" and 320. Sources. I mean, the kid's like the second strongest on the team, and has definitely crushed the D line or has matched up well against a very tough Kansas D line. So, look, there's a lot to come. There's a lot of talking going on. I mean, coaches are burning up phones. I was going to try to get one on, and after I sent the message, they got back to me, this coach. They got back to me, but they're like, yeah, with the transfer portal opening. I was like, yeah, I hit send on that message, and I was like, the portal opens tomorrow. So, yeah, that's the crazy part. And also, guys, did you see this yesterday? So yesterday, and this relates to ASU football. So yesterday it was announced Arizona State cornerback coach Coach Carrington, who we've had on before again, and heard a lot of his sound after practice again, just the way his DBs, the way they've worked with them, and they grow as a group. I mean, yes, you had Keith Abney the second, you had Javen Robinson the last 2 years, who again were absolutely money, but you saw somebody like a Rodney Pimmich who got banged up come in and just, the way he grew. Yes, athletically having the skills, but just growing. Coach Carrington, obviously working with those corners, just crushing it. But he has been promoted to assistant head coach and defensive passing coordinator, per Chris Cartman. Broke that yesterday as well too. But yeah, I mean, again, the man can recruit Texas. He's from there. Obviously, having worked there, having worked at Texas, I want to say he's from Houston. I think he worked at Houston, Texas, and SMU. Pardon me, I'll have to go look. But nonetheless, so that's what's going on too. But a ton of, again, just awesomeness going on. And like I said, Coach Carrington leading that. So, hey, I'm going to step aside real quick. When we get back, we're going to talk hockey and we're going to talk hoops, because hockey kicks off the Desert Classic tonight. They're back at Mullet Arena after splitting with a top 10 team again in Dartmouth last weekend. We're trying to see if they can take the Desert Hockey Classic again. And then men's hoops plays tomorrow, women's hoops plays tomorrow, and hockey plays tonight and tomorrow. So, yeah, absolutely awesome. But yes, if you and we'll talk that. And like I said, undefeated, 15-0, 2-0 women's hoops. Molly Miller's numbers are ridiculous. And if you don't know them, well, you're going to have to stick around, because I'll tell it to you when we get back here on Pitchfork Lunch.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we are back here on the most wonderful, awesome Pitchfork Lunch. I am Michael Carrasino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You know it, you love it. Check out show live every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, Michael.Carrasino.5. Yep, pretty easy. All you gotta do is add a dot between my first and last name, and then a dot, then my last name, and then a 5. And you can go check it out on IG. Also, guys, go to YouTube. Again, you can subscribe. You got a lot to catch up on. I say a lot. Season 1, Season 2. Keep watching Season 3. But if you didn't watch Season 1 or Season 2, or if you watched just Season 2, go binge watch Season 1. And then, hey, binge watch Season 2 again. What the hell? Yeah, binge watch Season 2. And then binge watch and then keep up with Season 3. But, yeah, it's absolutely awesome. So you can do you'll be all caught up. But go to YouTube. It's at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, guys, and subscribe away. So yeah, women's hoops, guys, 15-0, 2-0 in conference play, and that's what I wanted to tell you too, because I know. Then again, I'm not even going to call them out anymore because they just look stupid. The voters are just absolutely, and look, and the ones voting, again, absolutely awesome. But it's not a Lifetime Achievement Award. Oh, well, the AP actually didn't release anything over break, so the next one will come out Sunday, which is funny to me because, but for week 8, they got 7 votes. So they were the number 32 team in the country, which again, 32 will give you an at-large bid to the tournament. But still, this is, 15-0, 2-0 in Big 12 play, as you guys know. I know you guys know this. 2-0 in Big 12 play as they beat Colorado, now Utah, and now they're headed to Provo. They're headed to Provo. To take on BYU. But yeah, 15-0. They get the 69-68 win at Utah. Marley Washington's hit a late 3 that was against Silky, and that ended up really helping because McKenna Brackens, who had a phenomenal game, 31 points. She hit 2 free throws at the end, which sealed it. But yeah, 15-0, 2-0 in Big 12 play. And then they're at BYU, and that's tomorrow, which will be on ESPN Plus again at 2 p.m. Tips off locally here. But yeah, you look at it, McKenna Brackens, like I said, for ASU, she had 31 points, guys. She had a 50-85 game, which is 50% field goals, 50% threes. Yes, I know they count as field goals, but she was 50% overall field goals, 50% from 3, and 85% from the free throw line, 12 for 14. A 50-50-85 game. That is freaking insane. So forks up again to McKenna Brackens, who can get her the ball, but also Gabby Elliott, double figures, 10 points. Marley Washington's double figures, 10 points. So 51 of the 69 from 3 players. But, Elliott, 4 of 8 from the field, 50%. 0 for 2 from 3, but 2 for 3 from the line. 17 and 20 overall for the Devils, which was 85%, which is what Brackens shot. But, guys, this team, again, who's ever hot. Gabby Elliott put in 30 the other night. But we see what Marley Washington can do. McKenna Brackens, like you said, Alicia Carrera. I mean, getting more comfortable down low. I mean, she had 6 points. She was 3 for 10, struggled a little bit. 3 rebounds for her, for Carrera. Brackens, 31 points, 7 rebounds. And let's see. Let's see her full line. So Brackens, 31 points. Like I said, 50, 50, 85. 7 rebounds. So 31 points, 7 rebounds, 1 steal. She did have, again, 2 turnovers. Here's a -2, which I don't get, but still 50, 50, 85. You have that and you're -2. Like, the plus minus is hilarious to me there. But yeah, the Devils had 30 rebounds, and Utah, again, they did out rebound them 40-30. But Utah also had 14 turnovers to the Devils 10. So Molly Miller, again, not that you're crazy with double-digit turnovers, but again, the other team turned it over more. ASU had 18 points off turnovers to Utah's 11. ASU had 30 points in the paint to Utah's 24. That's what I'm talking about. Molly Miller, guys. Okay, so check this out. In her regular season games in 2025, she's undefeated. She is 34-0. But in her last 50, guys, I posted this the other day, and I can't say it enough. This is freaking phenomenal. It is insanely phenomenal. In her last 50 games, Molly Miller is 47-3. Let that sink in. 47-3. Yes, she does have a very good staff, and you have to have good assistants. And like I said it the other day, and I stand by it. Like, you need good assistants. She needed to bring in some players in the portal, and there's a few freshmen, but still, it's the buy-in, it's the energy that she brings. I call it the Molly Miller, her Midas touch, where everything literally turning to gold, maroon and gold, but is all 4 except for the Devils, all cheesiness aside. But it's a Midas touch for her. Yes, you have to be able to work with your staff. Yes, it helps that quite a few of them have been former head coaches. Phenomenal, guys. 47-3 in her last 50. So, and you think of the tournament, they swept the Mountain West tournament. They swept the Mountain West tournament. Just think that, and they lost to Baylor in the tournament. So 34-0 in regular season games, undefeated in the calendar year of 2025. And the Devils got that win on New Year's Eve. So 15-0, 2-0 in conference play. Crushing it. So, I mean, look, Brackens is huge. Last year, Poa, her experience that Coach Miller's talked about has been huge. Martina Fantini only played 4 minutes in that game, was 0 for 1, but did have 2 rebounds. Jaya Levette at 8 points. She was 3 for 5 from the field. I mean, her coming back and the way she's been playing is just absolutely awesome. So, I mean, like I said, you look at it, it's just ASU 69-68 the final, unblemished. They start their 2025, again, from not winning too many games to being undefeated, one of 5 teams, I think, that are 15-0. 2-0 in conference play, looking to go 3-0, as like I said, BYU tomorrow at 3 p.m. But we're going to wrap on wonderful, phenomenal hockey. You guys, you got to get out there tonight and tomorrow. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, I'm going to say, yes, my old faithful, shame on you. But Still go get tickets. Absolutely awesome. They will take on Alaska Anchorage tonight, and then tomorrow they'll take on either Air Force or Michigan Tech. Air Force and Michigan Tech play first today. I want to say 3:30, and then the Devils play at 7 p.m. Taking on Alaska Anchorage, a team that they have taken on a few times before, being independent in their past. They've had great battles with Alaska Anchorage, so looking very much forward to that in the Desert Hockey Classic again. And then, they're also home next weekend too, Friday, Saturday, as they take on Miami of Ohio. So starting to wrap around in NCHC play because Miami of Ohio, they split with Miami of Ohio. They won their first conference game. That was their conference opener, 4-1. Then they lost 5-2. On that Saturday night in Ohio. So, but yes, get this out of the way. Play hard, play awesome in this. Get some cobwebs off because again, like I said, but they did play last weekend. It's number 8 Dartmouth. I mean, they were 5-1. They beat Dartmouth 5-1, like I said, last Saturday, and then lost 4-1. But again, the 8th ranked team in the country is gonna come back and have an answer. So I hear that. But Alaska Anchorage, by the way, you can see this on NCHC TV tonight and tomorrow. But I mean, you look at this team, 9-10-1, and again, this conference is just insane. The ranked teams that are in it. I mean, like last year, but hopefully we'll get more love. But yeah, trying to get to 500, but 9-10-1 overall, 4-5-1 in conference play. They're 5-4-1 at home, 4-6 away. So again, you see everything flirting right around 500. Just trying to get that boost. And Coach Powers, you guys know, again, I love Coach Powers. Again, seeing him even way back when he played club hockey for the Devils. I told him, I'm back on. I don't know if I told him that last time. I saw him play a few games. But yeah, playing club hockey, coaching the club team, and now this team it's absolutely awesome, is all I can tell you. And then goal wise, don't forget. I'll leave you on this because they leading the team with 11 goals is Cruz Lucius, who just came on, and then Bennett Shimmick has 9. Colin Potter has 8. Bennett Shimmick leads the team though. And those 3 guys are also first, second, and third in assists. So Lucius top in goals with 11, Shimmick with 9, Potter with 8. When we go to assists, Shimmick with 20, Lucius with 15, and Potter with 11. So Potter is third in goals and assists. Lucius is first in goals, second in assists, and then Shimmick is second in goals and first in assists. So, and for those of you that, again, might not get hockey or watch it a lot, when you have stats like that and you have a line like that, the puck's moving. And that means nobody's being selfish, taking, sometimes you just gotta get the puck on net, but in general, they're making the correct extra pass and the correct hockey play. So gotta love that. But once again, tonight, let me see. Connor Hasley, by the way, has played 15 games. He is 7-6. He's played in 15 games. Samuel Urban's played in 7 games. He's 2-4-1. So again, they right there, and I love the energy this team plays with. And man, again, if you can't get fired up playing for Coach Powers, I don't know. You have no pulse. So, but hey, that's going to do it. Again, I hope you guys had a phenomenal New Year's celebration. It was good. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up at Diablo00 on X, artist formerly known as the Twitter. If you let me know what you did. But yeah, big weekend. Like I said, hockey tonight and tomorrow night, and then men's hoops tomorrow afternoon, by the way. And that game is at 3 o'clock at Desert Financial Arena. I almost forgot to tell you guys that. What the hell am I thinking? They opened Big 12 play with who else? Colorado, just like the women did. So tomorrow, 3 p.m., Desert Financial Arena. Colorado will be here, and then you could go from that to the 7 p.m. game of Sun Devil hockey. So nonetheless, absolutely a lot going on, and women's hoops, like I said, if you happen to be in Provo, go to the women's game, which is at 2 p.m. here, which I want to say should be 2 p.m. there too as well. Either way, if you're in Provo, you know what time it is. Get to the game. Hey, do they go? And oh, by the way, this ties the 15-0. Also ties the longest ever win streak in Sun Devil women's hoops history for you guys. So that is, to me, again, that's ties it. So now they have tied the win streak and looking to break it, go to 16-0, and 3-0 in conference play. Molly Miller, insane stat. Like I said, 47-3 overall in her last 50 games. It's ridiculous. If it was a Lifetime Achievement award, she'd be Coach of the Year for the next 2 seasons. Not just this season, but next season as well. So, but anyway, it's not. So let's focus on BYU. Forks up to that. Forks up to hockey. Alaska Anchors tonight. Men's hoops. Colorado tomorrow. So, but hey, everybody have a phenomenal weekend. Again, you know where to hit me up at Diablo00 on X, Arsenal on Twitter, Michael.Harrisonville.5 on the IG. You can also, again, go to YouTube, watch the show live, but subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. All you have to do is go to YouTube, and it's my page is at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe away. So yeah, before we get out of here, it is thanks to reigning back-to-back Big 12 champs women's volleyball. It is hashtag our state. That's for you, school down south. You know this. It is hashtag our state. And don't ever, you can't forget that because all the electricity holding in campus. So, well, I mean, obviously athletically, but with sports, campus, absolutely electric and awesome. So it is hashtag our state. Go Devils, and you guys know it. I will see you Monday. Same bad time, same bad channel. Again, don't forget, CJ Fight's dad, Mr. Fight, will be joining us his second time on the show. So, again, Texas State alum, and we'll talk about, Trey hitting the portal, CJ staying here, all that good stuff, and some other Texas football and their holidays and Tank. And, well, hey, you guys know, we will be talking about this handsome guy. So I don't know if Trey comes here, Tank better come here too. So anyway, but all right, I'm going to get out of here. Again, have a phenomenal rest of your day and then a phenomenal weekend. Again, Happy New Year to all. Let's make 2026 just, again, onward and upward. Just keep grinding, keep crushing it. And we'll see you Monday. Again, same bad time, same bad channel. And you guys know it. Go Devils. And as always, Forks out.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
27-yard line. That's a great call. Play fake. Farmer will put it up. Throws over the middle. Pull. Touchdown. Quick flag.
3rd down and 5. Levis swings it to Scatterbo. Scatterbo breaks defenders. Here he goes again. Scatterbo is the running back, and he is immediately met in the backfield, runs through the contact, and then throws a shoulder for good measure.
This defense here. That is true. High in the air. Right center field. Brandon Compton. Welcome to 2025. This one the other way. Still going back. That's the drag. What's up and down? Edwards pulls off and buries it. Richardson drives out for Robbie Ryan. Hurt 3 right on the money.